Hello and welcome to COB 300B Integrated Finance. My name is Adam Usman and I'll be your instructor for the semester. It's great to have you here and I'm excited to work with you for the next few months. In this video, I'll introduce myself and the course syllabus, and I'll provide some tips that I think will lead to success in this course. First, a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Texas and I'm a big basketball fan, especially from my alma mater, Texas Tech. In addition to teaching at JMU, I also do some research in finance. My current line of research explores the activities of short sellers in the stock market and looks into the type of information that they may possess. Hopefully as the semester goes on, we can learn a little bit more about each other. This is my 5th year teaching at JMU and my 5th year teaching COB 300. However, this is my first time teaching the course in the flipped classroom format. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused us all to rethink the way we approach many things in our everyday lives. While COVID primarily forced us to consider ways to create a safer learning environment, I actually think this method could also provide you with a more robust understanding of the course topics. But since it's my first time delivering the course in this format, I ask that you bear with me if there's some technical difficulties or glitches from time to time. As I mentioned, we'll be using a flipped classroom format this semester. With the flipped classroom format, you will be responsible for taking in video lectures outside of the classroom on your own time. Once a week, we'll meet in person for a recitation session. In these sessions, we'll go a little bit more in depth on some of the topics we've covered in the lectures, clear up some confusion you may have, and you'll get the opportunity to apply what you've learned on example problems and in some real life scenarios. I believe students learn best by engaging with me and particularly with other classmates on course materials, and these recitation sessions will allow you to do just that by working together to figure out these problems. I'll break the class up into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. Group A will attend in-class recitation sessions on Tuesdays. Group B will attend on Thursdays. I've broken up the class like this to ensure there's plenty of room for you all to spread out and properly social distance. Please refer to Canvas to find your group and please attend only on your designated days. Hopefully you've had a chance to look through the syllabus that's posted on Canvas. I'll go over some of the major points here, but I'll leave the finer details for you to read yourself. I'll be holding virtual office hours this semester through Zoom. Login instructions will be posted on Canvas. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to drop by. For our textbook, we'll be using the Fundamentals of Financial Management, the Concise 10th edition by Brigham and Houston. I recommend you get access to this book through Cengage Unlimited, as it comes with practice supplementary resources through MindTap. While I won't be grading MindTap assignments, I think it can be a good resource. As I understand it, a few of your other professors are using Cengage books as well, so you should be able to get access to all your COB 300 materials at one reasonable price. We'll be solving quantitative problems throughout the semester, so you need a tool to do calculations. Microsoft Excel or any calculator that has financial functions will work. I'll give instructions and technical support with Excel and the Texas Instrument graphing calculators, the TI-83 or TI-84, but if you use another tool, you're on your own to figure out how to work it. Now for how your grades are determined. We're going to have 3 regular exams and 1 final exam. Each of these exams will be given online in Canvas. The regular exams will be weighted such that your best exam will be worth 18% of your grade and your worst exam will be 12% of your grade. The remaining exam will be 15% of your grade. This weighting scheme should give you a little bit of room for error if you happen to underperform on one exam throughout the semester. The final exam is going to be comprehensive and will count for 25% of your total grade. 5% of your grade will come from quizzes and assignments that we'll have periodically throughout the semester, and the other 5% will come for participation. Details on how participation will be evaluated will be posted into Canvas. The remaining 20% of your grade will come from components of the business plan, which is done as a group. There is a key policy I want you to keep in the back of your mind in regards to receiving a passing grade in this course. There are 2 parts of the course, an individual component and a business plan component. You must pass the individual components of the course in order to pass the course overall. Said differently, the business plan cannot save you from failing. A simple illustration is presented here. Let's say your average on the individual components of the class is a 58. Not very good. But you put together an amazing business plan and score 100 on that. Your calculated grade will be a 66.4, a D. However, the grade you will actually receive is an F because you did not earn a passing grade on the individual portion of the class. So make sure you keep that in mind as the semester goes on. Finally, a word about attendance. I think it goes without saying that if you're feeling at all unwell, it's best that you avoid in-class activities. Attendance is not going to be part of your grade, but it is strongly encouraged that you attend recitation sessions when you're able to get a full grasp of the course materials. Now I want to briefly go over the prerequisites for the class. Given that you are allowed to enroll, I'm sure that you've taken the necessary courses to take this class, but it's important that you have a solid grasp of the material in these courses. Finance relies heavily on content from 3 disciplines: accounting, economics, and math. We're going to use these subjects continuously throughout the semester. I will assume that you're familiar and comfortable with the financial statements from accounting. For example, I expect that you already know what kinds of things show up on the balance sheet or what revenue is. I'll also assume that you have some economic intuition, things like supply and demand, opportunity costs, things of that nature. Finally, finance is a fairly quantitative subject, so we're going to be doing quite a bit of math. The math is not at a high level, as you can see, just basic addition and multiplication, working with ratios, simple algebra. Some students come into the course terrified because they're quote-unquote not good at math. I promise you that this course will not be challenging your math abilities. The math is pretty easy. The challenges will be in knowing how to apply and where to apply the math. If you feel you have a weakness in math or accounting, either because you struggled in those courses or because you're a little bit rusty since it's been a while, I recommend that you play around with the Preparing for Finance module on MindTap to get yourself ready to go. I want to conclude with some tips for success in this course. Number 1, since lectures will be delivered online, it will be your responsibility to keep up with the class schedule. You may be tempted to binge watch all the lectures like they're episodes of Breaking Bad or something a day before an exam, but don't do this. Unlike Breaking Bad, I'm not that entertaining. Most importantly, this is a course where understanding is much more important than memorization. And understanding is a gradual process, so make sure you work steadily and consistently throughout the semester so you don't fall behind. Number 2, related to number 1, try to focus on understanding the intuition behind concepts rather than memorizing formulas. There will be a lot of formulas and equations in this course, and nearly all of them will be given to you in an organized manner for exams. So naturally, you won't be tested on your ability to recall formulas. Instead, your ability to apply formulas will be tested. And this ability comes from grasping the intuitive aspects of the concepts. Number 3, don't fall behind. Almost everything in this course connects with each other. There's going to be a 4-chapter sequence in the middle where we repeat the same basic idea over and over and over again in different settings. If you don't get the concept the first time, it won't just disappear. It's going to keep showing up and you're going to struggle for the following sections. So make sure you don't fall behind. Number 4, practice, practice, practice. Finance should be approached similar to how you would treat a math class. You wouldn't be able to pass a calculus test just by sitting in the lectures and reading the textbook. You'd have to work out some problems to give yourself a chance. Same for this course. I'll give you problem sets for most of the chapters we cover. Although they won't be turned in for a grade, I believe completing them will be crucial for your success. Number 5, and finally number 5, don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes the best way to understand something is to talk it out with someone else. So use your classmates as a resource. Also, I'm more than willing to help if you are struggling. So please don't hesitate to reach out. So that's the basic setup for this class this semester. I'm excited and ready to get started with the semester, and I hope you are too. I'll see you in the next video.